I'm 98 years old, and I've been watching the world change for nearly a century. And I've never seen people in such bad shape. When was the last time you felt truly alive? If you're struggling to answer that, I finally understand why. And it has nothing to do with money, success, or how hard you're working. It's something much worse. And I'm really sorry because you're doing this to yourself every single day without even realizing it. My name is Russell, and before you think I'm just some old fool talking about the old days, let me be straight with you. This isn't a conversation about nostalgia. The past wasn't better, and it was harder in a lot of ways. But something's been happening in recent years that I've never seen in my lifetime. You have more comfort and more opportunity than any generation in human history. You have everything, but you feel miserable and like you're drowning. I see it everywhere, in the eyes of people who can't lift their heads from their phones even while walking, in the way you fill every second with noise because silence terrifies you, in how exhausted you are despite having every convenience you could imagine. But hold on, I'm not blaming you, so don't get mad at me right away. You're not the problem, because you're not lazy, you're not ungrateful, you're not stupid. I know this because I did the same thing. I'm 98 years old. My peers can't even remember their own children's names. But I finally understand what's been stolen from all of us, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is right now. First, let me tell you about a very brief moment that changed everything for me. You'll understand why I'm telling you this and how it relates to you in just a bit. It was 1987. I was 59 years old, sitting in my office on a Friday. I had just closed the biggest deal of my career. 2 years of negotiations, countless flights, missed dinners, late nights, and it was all done. I remember sitting there, staring at the signed contract on my desk, and I waited for that feeling, the rush, the satisfaction, the sense that it had all been worth it, but there was none of it. And for the first time in my life, I asked myself a question I'd been avoiding for decades. What am I doing this for? But here's the thing. I didn't stop. I kept working. I kept chasing the next deal, the next achievement, because stopping would have meant facing that emptiness head on, and I wasn't ready for that. Most people aren't. You fill your life with motion because stillness feels terrifying. You scroll through your phone because being alone with your thoughts feels unbearable. You say yes to every obligation, every distracting activity, because somewhere deep down you know that if you stop, you'll have to face something you've been running from. The fact that you don't know who you are anymore. I'm not talking about your job title, your relationship status, or that internet page where you share pictures on your phone. I'm talking about that person underneath all of that. The one who exists when no one's watching, when you don't have work to do, when there's no role to play. You've been buried under layers of noise, busyness, and distraction for so long that you've forgotten you exist, and that's why you feel empty. Listen, this part matters, because the emptiness you feel isn't a mental illness. It's not a character flaw. It's a signal. Your soul is trying to whisper something to you, and in fact, it's screaming at you that the way you're living is incompatible with being human. But you've been conditioned to ignore signals, to push through, to grind harder, to fix the feeling with more of the same thing that caused it. More work, more content, more shopping, more distractions. And every time you do that, this emptiness grows. I watched this happen to my grandson. He's 32 now, works in tech, always has his phone in his hand. He came to visit me the other day, sat at my kitchen table for 3 hours. And you know how many times he looked at me? Twice. The rest of the time he was staring at a screen, typing on his computer keyboard and scrolling through things that didn't matter. And I realized something that broke my heart. He wasn't being rude. He wasn't choosing the phone over me. He didn't know how to be present anymore. The ability had atrophied, like a muscle he'd stopped using. And I saw myself in him, because I did the same thing, just without the technology. I was physically present for thousands of moments in my life, but mentally and emotionally absent. Sitting at the dinner table thinking about work, standing at my daughter's wedding, replaying a business conversation in my head, holding my wife's hand while calculating numbers. I thought I was there, but I wasn't, and neither are you. You're going through the motions of living while your mind is somewhere else, always planning, always worrying, always consuming, never actually here. Here's where everything shifted for me. My wife Helen died in 2019. We were married for 68 years, and in those final weeks when she was in hospice, something happened that I didn't expect. She stopped talking about the past. Everyone who visited wanted to reminisce, remember the good times, talk about memories. But Helen wasn't interested. She wanted to be in the moment. She'd hold my hand and just exist. Listen to the birds outside the window. Feel the texture of the blanket. One afternoon I asked her what she was thinking about, and she looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "I'm not thinking, Russell. I'm just here." And sitting in that sterile hospital room, I realized that she had understood something I'd been missing for 92 years. Life isn't somewhere else. It's not in the past, the future, or in your head. It's here, right now, in this moment. And if you're not there for it, you're not really living. You're just existing, waiting, passing time until something better comes along. But nothing better is coming. This is it, this moment, right now. This is your life. You're living in the past and the future. You're missing your life. Most people realize this too late, and many never realize it at all. Meals they don't remember tasting, conversations they didn't really hear, sunsets they didn't see, people they loved but never fully connected with because they were too busy, too distracted, too focused on something that seemed more important at the time. But here's the cruel truth nobody tells you. Nothing is more important than being here. Not your career, not your notifications, not your to-do list, not the content you're consuming, or the image you're projecting, or the future you're trying to control. This moment is all you have. You're here right now. You exist. You're alive. But you're trading it for nothing. You think you're being productive. You think you're staying informed. You think you're building something. But what you're actually doing is sleepwalking through your own life. Your eyes are open. You're talking. You think you're in the moment, but you're not. I know this because I did it for 60 years, and I can tell you exactly what you're going to regret when you get to the end. You won't regret the risks you took. You won't regret the mistakes you made. You won't regret the things that didn't work out. You'll regret the moments you weren't there for, the conversation you missed because you were checking your phone, the sunset you didn't see because you were thinking about tomorrow, your family sitting across from you who needed you to be present, and you were always somewhere else because you were too busy. You'll regret all the time you spent living in your head instead of in your life. And the worst part, you won't be able to get it back. Time doesn't stop. Moments don't wait. The people you love won't be here forever. But if you're not 98 yet, don't worry. You're still lucky. The emptiness you feel isn't permanent. It's fixable, but not with more of what you're already doing. You don't need another achievement, another purchase, another distraction, another way to numb yourself. You need to stop. Actually stop. Turn off your phone. Sit in silence. Feel what you feel. Think what you think. Be where you are. It's going to be uncomfortable at first. That's normal. You've been running from yourself for so long that coming face to face with who you really are will feel strange. You'll feel like you're going crazy because inside your head, you and a person who's a stranger to you will be talking at the same time. But that discomfort is where life begins, and over time you'll meet in one voice. Because once you stop running, once you stop filling every second with noise, something extraordinary happens. You start to notice things, the way light moves, the sound of wind, the feeling of being alive. You start to connect with yourself, with other people, with the moment you're in. And slowly, that emptiness starts to fill